this amazing kayak loading job right there.
If I could catch a fish out of this pipe, I would probably poop on myself. No! And look at this nice healthy fish right here. There's a fish. Come on. There we go. There we go. There she is.
Why, hello there, folks. Welcome back to another video. We are kicking it quite old school today, and you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about in just a second. Ingredient number one for an old school video. Super secret, well, it used to be a secret, hidden pond with big fish in it. Now, it used to be a big time secret, but as most secrets do, the word gets out. People figure out about hidden ponds, and then what happens next is so predictable. The people that figure out about it overfish it. They fish it way too much. There's too many people, and some people even have been coming out here and catching bass and eating them. Guys, come on, help the fishermen out. So over the course of the last few years, the pond productivity as far as fishing wise has gone down and down and down. But I've been paying very close attention to this pond, and I've been leaving it alone myself. For months I have not been out here. So, and I don't think anybody else has really been either, with the coronavirus craziness that's going on and with the unstable weather that had been happening the last few months anyways. Nobody's fished this thing that I know of. So that means this place has been pretty much untouched for the last few months. That means those bass have had time and no pressure to move up, start spawning. And there are some big fish in here. The biggest fish ever caught that I know of has been a 7-pound largemouth bass, but there's been multiple 4s, 5s, and 6s as well. So there's some big ones out here that could be on beds right now. We're also kicking it old school because we've got the kayak in the mix. Check that bad boy out right there. That's the Jackson Bite right there, baby. That's my kind of like my mini kayak. Not like super big like the SS Minnow Johnson. You know, that's technically a kayak, but to me it's a small boat. But this is an actual kayak. Who remembers when this channel was actually a kayak fishing channel? Tell me some of you guys were around when that was happening, because only the OG subscribers would remember when I was like a hardcore kayak angler. Of course, we've evolved a little bit since then, and now we just do everything. We do any kind of fishing that I can possibly do. But I'm really excited to pop the old kayak in the water today. And in this pond, you almost have to have a small kayak to fish it. There's really no bank around the entire thing that you can fish. And it's obviously way too small to put a boat in, even a small boat like my boat. Got her all rigged out. The electric bananas, I think with the color that I called this, I don't think that's what it's actually called, but it's pretty crazy looking. Got way too many rods right here for a kayak this small. There's like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rigs right there. I mean, that's way too much for a kayak, but we're gonna roll with it. We got Texas rig with a bandito bug, spinner bait, buzz bait, jig, and a weightless worm, which, I mean, it's gonna be hard to beat any of those tactics, especially in a super shallow pond like it is back there. If you guys end up enjoying this straight up fishing video with no challenge or no gimmick or anything like that, make sure you smash the thumbs up button and let me know that you enjoy these straight up fishing videos or the kayak fishing videos. If you guys want to see more kayak fishing, by all means let me know and I will add that to the docket of videos to do. Anyways, no more talking. Let's strap up the old GoPro. Let's make the little hike through the woods and avoid the snakes, because I have seen a ton of snakes recently. I don't want to see any snakes today, but like, let's be honest, this is the time of year where the snakes are going to be out and about too. So let's get in the old water and I will talk to you guys out there. I'm sure the wind is going to kick up nice and heavy now that old Lojo's got the kayak out. It's been super windy lately, so this may end up being one of those ideas that I was not maybe my best idea ever. We all know the kayak fisherman's worst natural enemy is wind, and heavy wind at that. All right. I can tell nobody's been back here for a while. There's also a nice little young adult alligator in this pond that I have not seen in a long time. I'd like to check up on him, make sure he's doing okay. God, look how grassy this is. This all used to be like open water right here. What's the old expression? Father time makes fools of us all. How did I used to get in here? I don't even know. Guess we just kind of like push off. Let me not break all my rods on this strong grass.
Oh God, this is, see, I'm like right on that grass. Come on, grass. I need water. One of the reasons I stopped doing this so much, it is not easy. In fact, it's one of the harder ways to fish. It's very challenging. Okay, we're almost there. We're so close. Like I said, guys, way too many rods for this expedition. Yeah, I see a little gar right there. How you guys enjoying the old crotch shot GoPro angle? Sorry about that. There's really no other way in a kayak. Okay, we are in the water at least. Oh, look at that fish. It's probably a fish spawning right on the backside of that little brush pile. It's okay though. We're gonna spook a couple out as we move around, but they're gonna go back to their bed. They normally do. Could have been a turtle as well. We are in here, boys. The secret pond life. Well, the semi-secret, used to be a secret pond life. Tell you what though, judging by that area where we launched, I mean, nobody's been out here for a long time. And that gives me a lot of hope. Since this is such a shallow pond, I mean, it is shallow. Like, let's just see what it is right where we're sitting. Probably like 2.5 feet, 3 feet at the most. And, you know, we're off the bank a good little bit. But even in the middle, like, it's a super shallow pond throughout. It's like a big swamp, like Lake Okeechobee. So since it is, top water is always a good idea to throw, even in the dead middle of the day. But since it is still kind of morning time, and there's a little bit of wind on the water, I'm gonna throw my all-time favorite lure, the old black buzz bait. See if we can solicit any top water action early this morning. I can't remember how easy it is to stand up in this thing. Let's try it out. It's definitely a little wobbly, but that's not bad at all. Heck yeah, even for a big guy like Uncle Lojo. Water is super dirty. Wow, I just leaned really hard and almost came out of this thing. Water's super dirty. There's a fish right there. Oh, I missed him. Dang it, no blow up at all. He slurped it. Did I see that one? That's a good sign right off the bat. You hate that I missed it, but good sign nonetheless. Didn't get the greatest hook set because I was afraid I was gonna come out of this freaking boat. It's okay though, he didn't feel super big. What was I saying? I don't know, water's dirty. Yeah, the water's always dirty out here. We just got bumped again. Just got bumped again. Right there off this little pile. Wow, that was crazy. Same kind of bite as that last one was. You almost wonder, was it like a different species, like a gar or even a bowfin or something, like a mudfish? That should be a fish right there, coming parallel to that little cut. How was that not a fish? It's just cast out in the open water. I'm telling you guys, it's so shallow throughout this pond. You could just as easily catch a topwater fish out there. There's a fish. Come on. Stay on, stay on. That doesn't look like a bass. It's fighting weird. Oh, it is a bass. All right, in the bottom of the lip. That's so weird when that happens. And he just drenched me. Look at how dark this fish is. I wish I could. Looks like a female stinky fish, really stinky. Look at how bloody and tore up that fish is right there. I really wish I had not just ran up on this spot because there could have been another one. That fish stunk. That was weird. I think that buzzbait landed right on top of that girl's head because there was barely any time for me to work it and she was munching it already. Okay, fish number one on the buzzy buzz. That's what I like to see. To be honest with you, I didn't think I would catch a lot of fish on the buzzbait. I just wanted to catch a couple while it was still morning time. It's just such a good pond lure. It's such a good early. There's another one. Look at that. He came out from under that grass mat. And look at this nice healthy fish right here. Look at that healthy fish. Yes, that's a freaking help. Look at this fish. Look at that tank. Like, not a huge, I mean, it's like a 3.5 pounder, but it's a freaking tank right out from underneath this little grass mat. I saw her come out from underneath it. She was barely hooked too. Look at that one. Bloody tail, female, pretty fat. God, look at that one's all tore up too. Looks like these bass are like right in the middle of their spawning. Look at that. Yes, yes, yes. All right, girl. I'm sorry. She fired out of here. Okay, well, I was saying I didn't think I would catch a lot of fish on the buzzbait. Clearly, I was wrong about that. This could just be the right time, you know? You get the right topwater lure with some fish that are kind of fired up, you can have yourself one heck of a day. These fish really stink. I bet you it's because their pond has been freaking contaminated so much by local businesses and people building stuff, and just what mankind does to nature, you know? It's just what happens. They're victims of us trying to build more hotels, more restaurants. Anyways, let me get off my soapbox for a second because I drive a freaking truck, so I'm destroying the environment too. Oh, I love you guys. In other news, my buzzbait's getting tore up. I've been using this same buzzbait for like 2 weeks, and although I haven't had a ton of bites on it, every single bite you get on a buzzbait or any wire bait, it's just gonna kind of slowly tear your lure up. And now mine is starting to get a little bit toe up. Don't know how many more bites like that she's got left in her. You know what's interesting about these bites too? One more thing and I'll shut my mouth. Is these bites have not been blow-ups, you know, or what we would consider to be a blow-up. They've been like straight up slurping it, you know, which is interesting. And that could just be with this time of year, you know, they're hanging out near beds. They're probably kind of tired. Obviously they're all beat up. Their bodies are all beat up. They're stressed out already. So they just don't have the energy to explode on a topwater lure. They just kind of slurp it on down and move on with their day. One thing I don't miss about kayak fishing is the hurting that it puts on your back. Oh, no! Giant fish just freaking waked out of here. Oh well, I cast it over here a few times. She didn't eat. But what I was going to show you guys, you might be able to see that cloud plume right there? Let me show you how shallow this water is right here. Okay, so here's my paddle. Boop, the blade went down. So that's like a foot or maybe 18 inches. That's where that last fish was. And it gets, I mean, it's so shallow here. It's just crazy. But that's why, I mean, like I said, the topwater lures, when you come out here, you got to throw some kind of topwater. It just makes sense. It doesn't really matter what, that's your personal preference. But my personal preference has always been a buzzbait or a frog out here. Those are two lures that just seem to really turn them on, drive them crazy. Ooh, that might have been Mr. Alligator up there. Y'all see that giant freaking boiling wake up there? Jeez, and a nice little bubble trail. Oh, I love the wild. It's amazing and scary. Oh my goodness. Oh, that is like, look at this. What is that, a bass? If it is, it's freaking huge. Come on, come on, come on. I don't even know if that thing was like spooked by me or if it was chasing bait. That was weird. That's like the 5th time I've seen a good sized wake and boil like that. One of the problems of this pond and ponds like it, these extra shallow ponds, is that you're gonna run up on fish constantly and there's just nothing you can do about it. You can try to make all the right casts. That way you're hitting all these areas before you run up on them, but you're gonna spook a lot of fish. That's just kind of how it works. Then you've got these freaking honkers back there that are telling the fish that I'm coming, warning the fish. Shut up, goose. You know, I'm sitting here throwing this Texas rig and it occurs to me, I'm trying to think, like, when was the last time I had to set the hook sitting down like this, like deep in a kayak? And the answer is, I cannot remember the last time that I did. I'm trying to remember how to do it without flipping yourself out of said kayak into alligator and snake infested water. So we're gonna have to figure it out really soon, because I feel like my first Texas rig bite, it's coming, and I'm gonna have to know what to do. You know, if I didn't know any better, I'd say these fish are not a big fan of the bandito bug, which is a personal insult to me, and I don't appreciate it, but we're gonna have to make a bait switch here. I love the Texas rig. I think it's gonna work today, but they're just not digging the bandeater. And there's no way we just came out here and smoked 2 fish on a buzz bait and the rest of them just aren't gonna play. I don't buy that for 1 second. Can't believe it took me this long to figure out what I need to do. I need to throw the freaking trench hog. This is a lizard imitation lure, springtime. The fish should be on beds. Those 2 fish that I've caught look like females that were in the middle of a spawn. I'm gonna dip the old claws a little bit, chartreuse, get them glowing a little bit. Let's do it a little bit further down like that. Yeah. Yep. That's what we're gonna do. These fish have made fools of me for long enough. I can make a fool out of myself just fine. They don't need to do it for me. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, that one got hit as soon as it freaking hit the water. I saw the fish come up and flash at it and slap at it. Probably a fish right there on the bed. This little isolated piece of grass right here. You already know there's fish in there, or a fish on it, unless I just spooked it off right there. Dang. It's the first bit of action I've seen on this side of the pond. It's been all over there. All the action has been on that side. Oh, there we go. There we go. There she is. On the trench hog, baby. And look how feisty this fish is right here. That's another nice sized fish. That is crazy. She's hooked good though. Right in the cheek. Come on, baby. Let's not make this harder than it has to be. And we don't want the gator coming trying to take you from me. This is a nice fish. Biggest fish of the, well, not as big as that second female that I caught. Look at that. Another just healthy. Look how healthy these fish are in this tiny little pond. Another 3.5 pounder. That is crazy. I wonder if that's the same one that I saw flashing on it. Probably so. Oh man, trench hog, baby. Let's go. All right. Heck yeah. Beautiful fish. Get on out of here before the alligator comes. Hurry up. Well, not sure if that was a bait switch victory right there or if it was just a really good location, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it was a bait switch victory because I feel like the trench hog is just unbeatable this time of year, especially if you like throwing lizards, which I do. I mean, if you live in the South, you already know lizards are your friend this time of year. Lizard lures, I should say. And the trench hog is such a great hybrid version of a lizard. I love it. It's crazy for me to sit back and think, like, the first time, this is the first pond that I ever fished with artificial lures, like 4 years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. To go from there, like my fishing knowledge then versus now, it's crazy. And I'm not like sitting here trying to say I'm like the best fisherman in the world. You guys know my stance on that. I've said it a million times. I'm not a pro angler. I'm not even a good angler. I would say I'm a average to a slightly above average angler. That's just because I do it every day, you know. But it is crazy to go back and just kind of just think about your journey as an angler and how far you've come in 4 or 5 years. Like your knowledge of, back then, looked at this pond, I had no idea what to throw, you know. I threw like Cincos and topwater frogs when I was first learning how to fish topwater frogs. And now, you know, now I kind of know a little bit better the time of year, what I should be throwing, lure decisions to make, areas of the pond to concentrate on. It's just crazy. It's crazy to see how far your knowledge is going. I'm sure you guys can relate to that. Now we're kind of facing one of the negative realities of fishing such small ponds. And, you know, the kayak gives us definitely an element of surprise, gives us some stealth because it is pretty quiet. But once you've gone around this pond a couple times, you kind of lose your element of surprise because it's like the fish, it's almost like they know you're here, you know. So you kind of have to choose your spots very carefully and then fish them very methodically because you may only get 1 or 2 chances to successfully fish an area, you know what I mean? I still feel confident we can catch a couple more fish at least before the sun is like fully up and the clouds disappear and maybe the fish kind of shut down on me. I bet you $1 million there's a bass or two up in here. bedding or whatever. And look at this little area, completely protected and secluded from the rest of the pond. A little drainage pipe right there, and a shoe on top of the drainage pipe. What the heck? I wonder if the fish are hiding in this piperino. Oh, if I could catch a fish out of this pipe, I would probably poop on myself. Oh, I got her in there that time. Come on. 10-pounder in the pipe, come on. Yep, definitely a shoe on this pipe. Hopefully there's not a foot in the shoe. That'd be a little creepy. Well, that'd be really bad if that was the case. Oh, we caught her in there that time, boys. Thing's about 10 feet in that pipe. It's probably where the alligator goes to get away from everything. Well, maybe next time. I think there definitely could be fish in there. They might even be hiding from me. God, look at that bubble trail right there. Did I literally just spook an alligator out of the pipe? God, I hope not. Oh my goodness. Guys, I was swimming my freaking trench hog in, and he got absolutely shniked. And I was freaking texting somebody on my phone, and I didn't realize what was happening. And then I cut my GoPro off because I thought it was off. I was trying to cut it on to tell you guys what just happened. That was interesting right there. Wow. I hadn't caught too many on the trench hog swimming it. Maybe that's the play. Holy, I know y'all saw that. Holy crap. Oh, just had another bite. There we go. That's what I wanted to see right there. I just wanted to see that there were still fish interested, and he almost got my dang paddle tail. Almost got my saucy boy. Okay, see? That is why we're not quite ready to put it down yet. Got him. Come on, buddy. Not really not really big or anything. Right at the top of the mouth though. Oh, well, it's another freaking 3-pounder on the Buzzy Buzz. I knew it. I knew I shouldn't put it down just yet. Look at how he ate that. Right in the top of the freaking mouth. Wow. And once again, he was in, ouch, he was in inches of water right here. Inches. It's so shallow right there. It's like a foot deep. Another 3-pounder. Let's put another scale on him. Just want to get better with my guessing, you know. It's got to be a 3-pounder. Bloody tail, female. Yep. 3-1. Freaking 3-pounders on 3-pounders. That is so freaking cool. Long fish, beautiful fish, bloody tail and everything. Gotta love it. Go on now. Oh, she eased off. She finally woke up. I knew I shouldn't put the buzzbait down yet. I just had a feeling, guys. Had a feeling about today. And you guys are always asking me what my favorite lure is, guys. As far as like not a non-soft plastic, because soft plastic worms are always going to be, you know, probably my favorite lure ever, because it's the lure that I started with and I got a lot of love for. Other than a soft plastic worm, a buzzbait would definitively be my favorite lure of all time. Specifically black, but I like white too. I mean, you can't go wrong with either one as far as I'm concerned. You know, I haven't weighed every fish, but I think it's pretty safe to say, well, I think we've got a limit, right? Is that 4 or 5 fish? Either way, either we've got a limit or close to a limit of like a 3-pound average. That's crazy. Look how small this pond is. Trench hog fish. Oh, are you kidding me? Right after I was talking about how good the fish population is as far as size, and here comes this little buck male. Look at the colors on that thing. Look how beautiful that fish is right there. I am so glad to see so many healthy, good-looking fish in this pond. I've been really worried because over the years with all the construction and just general stuff going on around here, I was worried these fish were going to kind of die out. I'd say they're doing just fine. I don't know about you guys. I think they're okay. My trench hog, on the other hand, is not okay. I just wasn't willing to face the facts that there were not fish by this little dam right here. I mean, there's always fish over here. You got water running off, running out into a little creek, so you know bait are gonna get pulled up in that and congregate around that little dam. Bass normally do too, but normally there's some better ones than that hanging out there. Of course, I'm not gonna complain. I love catching fish. If they're all 1-pounders, that's fine with me. I know I catch a lot of flack, well, a little bit of flack on YouTube because I don't really catch big fish on the regular. And I'm just over here like, hey man, I'm just a freaking regular guy. I can't go out there and catch 50-pound bags every day. I'm sorry. Jeez, can you guys do that? If you can, hey, more power to you. Your boy Lojo is not that skilled. I completely just omitted the fact that was my first, was that my first hook set sitting down right there? I think it was. Do I have another fish or am I on some grass here? What the heck? I was on some grass. Yeah, my first seated hook set in months, and I think I did pretty well. I didn't even think about it. Well, kids, I fear that we are running out of time here. Not only because I need to get on home, hang out with the kiddos and the wife. Like I was saying earlier, this small pond, you know, once you've fished it for an hour or 2 or even 3, especially if you're having success and you're catching fish, you just kind of let it known that you're here, let it be known that you're here, and the fish kind of figure it out and they just kind of hide. They don't bite anymore. So I think I've reached that point where I've caught probably the high threshold of fish that I'm going to catch today. Plus, you know, I don't want to be the person that puts a ton of extra pressure on this pond. I mean, they're obviously, the fish population's healthy. They're doing just fine. They're going through their spawning process. That's great. So I don't want to be the one that puts extra stress on this place, because I'd like to come back in a month or 2 and check on them again after the spawn. All right, kids, that is it. Wrapping it up. Like I said, on the water, I don't want to put too much pressure on these fish. I'm just relieved that there are so many good-sized fish still out there and that they're healthy. They're going through their spawning process and they're able to be caught by an artificial lure, which is really nice. But I want to draw your attention to this amazing kayak loading job right there, okay? That's what we call safety first right there. Right? There is a bungee cord strapped around it, so I don't think it can fly out, but it's not my best loading job of all time. I mean, but you know what? I haven't kayak fished in a long time, so I've kind of forgotten some of the finer points of kayak fishing. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video today. If you did, make sure you smash the thumbs up button and let me know in the comment section that you want to see more raw fishing or more challenges or more gimmicky videos, more whatever. Whatever you guys want to see more of, I'll make sure I do that. The coronavirus chronicles continue. The country is going crazy. Everybody's going crazy. You know, what can I say? I'm abiding by all the rules, but I'm sure there is a stay-at-home order coming. Now, I have not received one yet where I live, but I'm sure it's coming. And when it does, I'm gonna abide by the rules the best I can. I don't know if I can stay in my house for a week or 2 weeks though without doing something fishing related, but we'll figure all that out. I got some ideas for videos just in case that happens. So stay up to date with the channel, subscribe, hit the bell notification, follow me on all my social media, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, @Lojo Fishing. And that's a great way to stay up to date with the channel if things start to get really crazy. Anyways, folks, I am getting out of here. Thank you so much for watching. On to the next outdoor adventure. Fist bump, I'm out.